We'll try playing only one music track at a time for the first part of the stream, I guess.
All right. Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Friday, everybody. And happy MeeshTrax Race Preview Day to everyone. As you see on your screen, that is a helicopter. And behind it, cones, pylons even. And the best thing is we've got an automatic, well, you know what? It's a little bit easier if you see for yourself, so I'm going to roll the hype video here in a moment. Folks, this is a lot of fun, and we got a lot of people to thank, and just check this out. It's going to be good.
Apartments.com, a place to find a place.
So there you have it, folks. There's a QR code. If by some magic you can use that to get the add-on, but that is where you go. I've got the link pinned right there in chat. Guys, this is going to be fun.
Progressive can save you money.
Yes, Crowbar, that is true. All of that. Thank you for being here. Let's get into it. Let me pull up OBS and get the camera going and all this good stuff. Get out of here. Get out of here, QR code. Welcome in. Happy Friday. We have, we're going to be talking to PapaMeesh. He's actually on Discord right now hanging out. But we're going to go ahead and load in and kind of take a look. I've got a short flight plan that's in the Discord, ! Discord, if you want to check that out. Go ahead and download that. It's about a 30-minute flight, just so we can kind of warm up and get a feel for the helicopters. But this track is called Hold My Beer, and watch this. And it's a very appropriate name, and you'll see why. So if you have a beer, I have a Coke here because I've got to fly a helicopter. It's too much responsibility. But now is the time. Go ahead and crack your drinks, raise them up. Cheers to PapaMeesh. Cheers to Atomic Terror Pig. I'll explain everything, but we'll go ahead and get my face out of here. Let's get my face out of here, first of all. That's the biggest order of the day. So, as you see, I'm already in VR, but I need to do a little bit of housekeeping here. And so, if PapaMeesh is standing by, I would like to actually bring him on at the moment, and you should be audible at this time.
Okay,
and I'll tell
audible
you what,
we are.
Oh, you are? You are here. And I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to actually mute text-to-speech for now. Somehow. And,
Too many buttons, man.
Yeah, there's too many buttons here, man, for reals. So welcome in, PapaMeesh. How do you do?
Thank you.
Happy Friday
it's
to
a
you.
Beautiful day for flying. Yeah, happy Friday. We're
is.
finally here.
It doesn't look like it in my headset, though, and we're going to fix that because we need better weather than this for what we're about to do. So can you kind of just walk us through MeeshTrax? We've been kind of talking about it in different streamers' chats and stuff like that, but what is it basically?
Well, it's a dream. It's the, I've done a few of the races, tried the, the Reno air race type things, and but I just wanted something a little more challenging, a little more scary. So I've always wanted to do mountain racing, and so I started a track series to do mountain racing, and then when helicopters became part of the normal aircraft for flight sim,
when they finally included it for us.
Yeah. They finally I just thought, boy, now we need even more claustrophobic tracks that only helicopters can do. So
we really do.
Sort of grew into this.
Well, excellent, and we are happy to have it. And I am, of course, having difficulty with my collective right off the rip. And we've got somebody right in front of me that's in a Bonanza.
That's me.
Is that you?
I have apparently spawned in with a Bonanza, but I'm actually in the Cabri right now. So we've got a couple of good helicopters represented here.
Yeah, well, tell me about that. Like, as far as, well, tell everybody. I know about it, but as far as the race tracker and MeeshTrax goes, like you can fly whatever you want, right?
Right, and to me, that's
I'm trying to get my flight plan loaded back in.
That's the real fun. So an average racetrack is sort of geared towards a specific plane. That's why there's really only 2 aircraft that were any good appropriate for the Reno air races. And if you're going to fly the Mach Loop, you're going to fly a really high speed jet. But MeeshTrax is designed to be played on lots of different levels. So instead of picking the fastest plane, I'm hoping that people will pick a friend and challenge them to a duel. Who can go the fastest around this track with this plane.
With this particular one, yeah. So
Yeah.
Pardon me, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to get back to Meesh, so I'm having problems. As always, the moment you start a stream, your computer's just like, hey, no. We're just going to do something different. So what's the iCal that you're at right now? I forgot already.
Who?
You.
Well, no, that's
on my flight
right
plan.
Here
Right?
with, yep, it's on your flight plan. Whatever that one
goodness.
started off with.
Okay. Well, let's see here.
And I've forgotten it too because heck,
It's
I don't
Hidden
write
Hills
anything
or
down.
something like that. Okay, well, we're going to try this. Because, of course, flight plans, like, so frustrating. Just speaking about, things not working, I haven't experienced that with this add-on, MeeshTrax and Atomic Terrapig's Race Tracker, too. Like, that's one of the weird things about this simulator is, like, how, sometimes things just don't work, right?
Right.
Let's see if my collective is going to work this time. It kind of feels like it is. I think we might be okay. Am I anywhere near you? I doubt it. I doubt it.
Well,
We'll see.
I see a yellow helicopter in the parking lot, but I don't know if that's you.
I'm in the I think I might have to
Yep.
teleport somewhere. I might have to do that. But
KCAI is where you start.
oh, I see you out there. Hang tight. We're struggling. We're struggling as always. I mean, anybody that's new to this stream will be like, "What's going on here?" But anybody that's old to this stream will be like, "Yep, it's Friday."
Yep.
But I'm
Welcome
headed toward you. But
circus.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Welcome to the Pedo Heat Circus.
The Pedo Heat Flying Circus. Yeah.
We just don't know which live animal we're gonna have today. But,
Yeah, exactly.
And I see
Let's
you
see if I
out
can
there
do this.
east of me.
All right, I am coming your way at 4 times speed. And I don't know if that's going to be fast enough. But let's get back on track with the the race tracker and everything. Okay, so this add-on that you're seeing on my screen, hopefully. And by the way, please check on me every once in a while because I don't have chat up yet. I will get to that in just a moment, chat. Sorry if you're talking up a storm or whatever. But yeah, the Race Tracker app. Tell us a little bit about what this does. This is by Atomic Terrapig, and it's on flightsim.to. Actually, that's the link that's pinned. Tell us.
The link that's pinned. Yep. Go to that first. Get that thing downloaded. There are other tracks that I didn't make, so it's being used to kind of across a very generic set of criteria. So there are about 4 or 5 other authors who have made some tracks, and
yeah, something like that.
And Atomic is supporting all of us, and so the cool thing is, as you've discovered, probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a race tracker software is the start button, which just immediately takes you back to the beginning, sets you up in a short distance away from the start gate, and gives you a little push and says, "Here, go."
Yeah, and that I actually, if I don't get near you in the next couple of seconds, I'm probably going to be deploying that because it is pretty good.
Well, it won't take you here. It will take you over to
But I believe I'm coming up on you here. So let me.
You are here now.
Excellent. I'll get it back to normal speed. Did I overfly? I did overfly. So there's the airport on the flight plan. If you can get it loaded, you're doing better than I am. But there's the little tiny airport.
Everything's a test. Just first off, getting flight sim loaded. That's your first test.
Yes. Yeah.
So then, go ahead.
No. I was going to get us back on track again. Sorry about all the trouble. Y'all know how this goes. But I believe we need to head toward Los Angeles town. So we're just going to go over a few mountains, just cruise a little bit. It's about a 25-minute flight from here, as long as we keep on a straight line, which keep me honest because I'm famous for not doing that in my own mind. But So the race tracker, not only does it teleport you to the race start, it does like 1,000 other things too, including counting the pylons.
Yep.
And things like that.
Make sure that you go between the pylons, and if you miss a pylon horizontally, let's say, either latitude or longitude, it'll give you a 3-second penalty. If you miss the pylon by going too high, then you get a 2-second penalty. And in some of the other tracks I've made, sometimes that can be a strategy because there are some really tricky pylons. But the positive piece about doing a helicopter track is a helicopter can go so slow that you really should never miss a pylon until you're pushing it too fast.
Right.
So there's an added dynamic.
And there's a lot of different ways to approach it too. You guys will see, as you saw in the promo video, there's a yellow brick road line in like kind of baked in. Yep. And that's really just a guide. It's not a best line. And so you don't have to follow that line, but it's just to kind of show you how it's, the sequence of the pylons, right?
Yeah. Just to make it easier for you to learn the track.
Right.
Because not everybody enjoys stepping up to a track with, 40 plus pylons and guessing where the next one is. So
yeah, it's kind of tough to tell without it. And that's part of the fun though, because after you learn the track, you can actually turn that off somehow, right? You load a different airport.
On the other,
actually,
I left them baked into the helicopter tracks for now, just because I found out that no one ever shuts the yellow brick road off.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, in my interviews with people, they go, nope. I know it's a crutch, but I started with it. I'm going to leave it on.
For my air quotes skill level, the yellow brick road is necessary. And especially I was able to preview there's the Hold My Beer helicopter tracks there's only one that's been released so far, right?
Right.
Okay, so I was able to preview 2 others, and I can definitely tell you this is the easiest of the 3 that I've seen. And so tell me, like, why? Why is it easier than the other 2?
Yeah, this one is to help you get your feet wet. I did a little test run with my beta testing group, and they said, yeah, the third one here is like level 3 tricky. You don't want to unleash that on unsuspecting people right away. Let them kind of warm up to it. So this track is a little more on one level, and there's a yellow brick road that shows you where the next pylon is. So that's what makes this one easier. You can actually hop in a helicopter and probably start going towards timed runs right away.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like.
You and I got together on Discord just like we are now, off stream, to try it out for the first time. Well, for my first time. You have obviously been testing it out and running the whole course, but I would say, did it take me about 3 or 4 tries to complete it?
Right.
It was something like that.
You didn't make any game-ending mistakes until, for very long. It was. But there's that temptation to go way too fast.
Oh yeah.
And there are obviously gotchas. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So there's obviously gotchas kind of baked into where the pylons are that are designed to trip you up, and just because I'm a nasty person.
It's MeeshTrax.
Deep down, it's we don't build racetracks to make it easy. We make it to be hard. So
yeah, and to have fun with it,
and to have fun. And when you finally do finish it, you've got bragging rights for a good reason.
It does feel like an accomplishment. I know it's kind of a big thing in flight simulators, just that sense of accomplishment, finishing whatever mission you're on. But the missions are kind of few and far between, and this one's really good because it's for all skill levels. You don't have to be the fastest. You could go through this thing on any aircraft really, but any helicopter, right? So you could do.
Well, I tried with a fixed-wing plane yesterday just to see if I could find one that would make it. And no, you can't.
You
There's
can't?
your challenge. I've I have thrown the gauntlet down. There's at least 3 pylons in here that I don't think you can make with a fixed wing airplane. And go ahead, try to prove me wrong. But
but it's technically possible to take a fixed wing, and it works with the race tracker and it works with the pylons and everything.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so when you go out to the mega.nz site that has all of the racetracks in it, the HMB 1 through 5 are fixed wing tracks, and you're welcome to download those and play them. And just about every plane in your arsenal, could be used with those. Although, obviously your skill level and the how slow you can go with the planes.
Right. It's going to vary pretty wildly.
Yeah, it's going to dictate this. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to fly, like the 145 through, and by the way, I have not finished the course since you and I did it off stream, just hanging out on Discord. So this is going to be tragic later, watching me try to fly this thing. But I tried it with the 145 and the 500 and the 407, and it's a totally different experience. Like replayability is kind of a big thing for this. It's like, with the Reno Air Races, I didn't even download it, to be honest with you, because it was just like, kind of turn this way and turn this way again, and this is not that at all.
Yeah, this is not that. I think you correctly called it an agility course once, and I think that's more than a racetrack.
Yeah.
The other thing too is that when you take a real race, like say, well, let's pick on NASCAR for a moment. NASCAR was designed for the fans, and as such, it keeps the cars close. Most of the tracks are go fast, turn left.
Right.
And that format works when you have it for the fans. This is built for the pilots.
Yeah.
And
well,
whole different approach.
It really is, and there's multiple ways to use this too. So like what you and I are gonna just kind of demonstrate, and something that I haven't done since we did it is flying with other people, and I'm hoping we can get at least 1 or 2 other people to get this thing up and running tonight. But so you can just do an audible countdown on Discord, and say 3, 2, 1, start, and you both click start, and you're both instantly teleported to the same place. Right?
Yes. Right.
So you can do that with big groups too, and it can get pretty chaotic. And of course, you're going to want collision turned off, because there's trees that are, kind of, how Microsoft Flight Simulator is. There's the errant tree that's going to crash you.
Yep.
Yeah, and but the multiplayer thing, like you can group up as a group and start at the same time, or not. Like it really doesn't matter, because the leaderboard is based on the data that's uploaded from everybody, right?
Right. So so there is a specific start gate, there's a specific end gate. Your time is tracked when you cross those gates. So it's not whether or not somebody crosses the start or the finish line ahead of you. You can still fly all really close together, but your times are your times. And one of the most fun things to do is to start in a big group, and I've done this with 6 people. And I will count down 3, 2, 1, go, and I will click start about a half a second after I said go. Let everybody else go ahead of me, and now I'm following this big cluster of airplanes all going through the gates together.
Well, see, that's what I'm hoping for. It
looks very graceful.
I bet
From the
it's
back of the field.
I bet it's totally elegant, and everybody's like totally, on point and making amazing Magnum PI moves and stuff, right?
No,
and that's the fun.
I
want to make that very clear. Like it's not just for people that are trying to get to the top of the leaderboard, because there's also there's leaderboards for the entire fleet of helicopters. Who can actually get the fastest time, but they're also separated by helicopter. So you can fly the slower ones. You can fly it with your friends and just see who can get the best time. Post your screenshots on Discord. It's good for it's good by yourself to get training, trying out a new helicopter, seeing what it can do. Like it's I haven't really done anything else all week.
And I will say this too, that I love the Cabri. I like the Mini 500. They're both great, very agile helicopters to do this course on.
And
the
that's
other
why
helicopters,
I'm in it. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. That's why we're in it, because this is the easy course, and this is the easiest choppers to fly this in. But for a real challenge, there is a freeware R44 out there on FlightSim.to.
Yes,
and
I saw
that. Oh gosh!
Let me see if I can.
The bane of my existence. That thing is so hard to fly, but I've actually made it through this course with the R44. I put up some horrible time,
and I'm
somebody
showing
please
that. Oh,
go
you
and
put
beat
up
that.
a horrible time. See, okay, it's already begun. The smack talking has begun because his time on this course is 6:04.11. My best time was 6:06 in the Mini 500, and so Meesh already talking smack to me, and I haven't even made it to the course. And that's another thing we were talking about. It's rife for that. Like, it's going to be so good.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Let me get this readjusted a little bit. We've got some weirdness with VR windows. That's typical for VR. But I'm going to check up on chat. Larry, what's up? T. Ryan, Crowbar. Guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for saying hello. Everybody is welcome to join. We're on North
There we
Europe.
go.
There we go. What happened?
Chunky Flyer has joined us in the M500.
Thank you for reminding me, because I saw him back there and I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to interrupt you. Welcome in, Chunky. And Chunky, of course, your partner in crime on another project, right?
Oh yes, and he was instrumental in getting the Icon LS, the less sucky version of the Icon, out the door.
I thought it was
and
luxury
also
sport.
He is, well, you can call it that too if you'd like.
Less sucky words too, yeah.
Less sucky. Also, he is my primary beta tester on all of these race courses. No one has stuck with me like Chunky Flyer has. So, and I will warn you guys, now this is part of the trash talk, but I'll warn you against challenging me to a race on these courses, because I've done them a lot. I also warn you against challenging Chunky Flyer because he's just a good pilot.
Well,
he's going to kick your butt to the curb. There you go. There's your trash talk for the day.
There you go. Okay, so look out for these two. And right now, Meesh is at the top of the leaderboard because this add-on, and big shout out to Atomic Terror Pig. Again, the link is pinned up there to get you started. Links from that page will take you to the airport that we're flying today, which is Hold My Beer 16. But Atomic Terror Pig updated the add-on to include the pylon information, and now we have a fresh leaderboard for a brand new course. And Meesh, I mean, I did it in 6:06, man. I know there's somebody out there. Looking at you, Blue Echo, and designed by Dave and Comic Crazy. One of you guys is going to take the crown today or Monday. We're actually kind of planning on another race day on Monday, like an actual race day, right?
Right. So this is just to help you guys get this thing loaded. Please, I can't see his chat, but if you let me know if anybody has any trouble getting this thing loaded up. When you open up Atomic Terror Pig's race tracker software, one piece of that, the ATP race panel, needs to go in your community folder.
That's what you're looking at here.
Race,
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but let me interrupt you real quick, but the panel is the in-game component, right? And then the server is something that you run from Windows.
Right.
Right.
You go, yep. And so the server piece can be installed anywhere, but the race panel needs to be in your community. And then, of course, HMB 16 needs to be in the community folder, and then you're done. Then you load up FlightSim and you come play with us.
Yes, and it is like, it's an external add-on, it's an internal add-on, and then the airport itself contains, the scenery, the yellow brick road, and all that stuff. So,
and the actual pylons.
Right. So it's a 3-part system: an external program, the actual race panel add-on, which needs to go in the community folder, and then the HMB 16 airport, which also needs to go in the community folder. Once you have all three of those, you put your Xbox gamer tag into the race panel or the race server, right? So you'll just start it up. You'll have to do that one time. Just type it in there, hit enter, and it'll connect to Microsoft Flight Simulator. And then you'll see when we get there, which is probably in about, what would you say, about 5-10 minutes away?
I don't know. I'm lost.
You're lost. I'm a little lost, but not too terribly lost. We may end up clicking the start button. I just wanted to kind of check out the scenery a little bit. But the race is actually in a metro area, which I love. I love that that's the case.
Yes. No, it's and you'll be able to tell when we get there that, you know, the highest building over there is only maybe, you know, 8 or 9 stories. The second track we'll go to is which is scheduled for a week from now, or a week from Monday, whatever we use as launch day. Second one will have, you know, buildings about twice that tall. Then the third track we'll be going to is downtown Manhattan, 70-story buildings.
Yep.
And if you find this one tricky, then you're gonna it'll blow your mind on the Manhattan track.
Oh yeah,
because that one's devious.
Yeah, this one's kind of like dipping your toes in the water a little bit, but it's still challenging and it's still very replayable. But the next step is a step up in a big way, and there's more, like we talk in gaming about, like, you know, when the you know, we had Doom as our first person shooter back in the 90s, and then, you know, Duke Nukem came out and that game had verticality where you had, you know, you could shoot down at your enemies and stuff like that. So the second track has more verticality where you're going to have to, you know, get over a building and hit a gate that's on top of a building. And then the next gate is 20 stories below it and only, you know, 20 yards away, because PapaMeesh has a mean streak, guys.
Yeah, there's
you'll see it.
There's cruelty involved.
There is.
But once you figure out how to make that maneuver, right, and there are multiple ways, obviously, you know, in an airplane, you really only have 2 or 3 other, you know, options on how to fly a certain racetrack. A helicopter affords you a few more options. And once you find the one that works for you, then you start working on a way to do that fast. Right. And by the way, one more thing to bring up. These tracks are all designed and built and tested in VR. And so it's built to give you a new sense of vertigo. It will. It will. I'm already I have already made myself a little bit motion sick, and you know, I've spent many thousands of hours in VR, seated, standing, room scale, and, you know, flying in the simulator as well, over 600 hours in VR here. And yeah, it'll turn your stomach the first few times. Chunky Flyer, what's up? In the M500 as well. Chunky, if you want to lead the way, man, if you know where we're going, I'm having some trouble with my flight plan, so that would be much appreciated. But we'll get there, and we always have the start button too once we get close. That's right.
But it's going to teleport. It's going to teleport us. So I think what we'll do is try and find, because it doesn't seem to be showing up on my map, that add-on airport.
Oh.
Or is it?
Well,
am I looking in the wrong place? Because Los Angeles is coming up directly south.
Oh, well, yeah, we want to be further south then, I think.
Oh, we do? Okay, well, I think we're going to press the button because it's awesome. The button is pretty awesome. Like, that's one of the things that just killed me. So, guys, when you hit the start button, it teleports you to the beginning of the race course in the air with momentum, ready to go. It takes about 7 to 8 seconds to get to the first gate, and you're rolling again. So, when we're talking about replayability, you know, you go through the course, you're learning the course, you slam into a building, and then, you know.
Well, actually, what will happen right now is we are closer to the KRK Granitsky's, what is the Gable Field. We are closer to that one than we are the one in LA.
Okay. So
It'll take us there.
Oh, I see. So it teleports you to the nearest airport?
The nearest racetrack.
Nearest racetrack. Gotcha.
Yep. It'll take you to the nearest spawn point. So at this point, I would think that maybe the best thing to do would be to pop back to the main menu and actually go to HMB 16.
Because in true Pedo Heap fashion, I've gotten hopelessly lost, which I do a lot. I mean, that's how I find stuff.
You are famous.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing.
Yeah, but a couple things to take note, and I think I mentioned it earlier. I am flying this evening with photogrammetry off. I did try the course with it on. It is designed to have photogrammetry off. It's
correct.
It's kind of a big deal because the photogrammetry puts random things in places where things should not be bumps. You know what I mean? So lots of too much tree cover and stuff like that. You're going to want collisions off. You're probably going to want a bunch of your failures off if you turn those on. Bing maps on. So right?
Yes, correct. Bing maps on because you're going to want the extra. When you're low, let's go back to the photogrammetry for a second. When
and
you're
I'm going to go
2,000
ahead and
feet and higher,
I'm going to the menu, by the way. Just while you're talking.
When you're 2,000 feet or higher up, photogrammetry looks great.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're lower than 2,000 feet or so, photogrammetry starts looking like somebody melted a bunch of marshmallows and made buildings out of them.
Bad
we don't
acid
want that.
trip in the post-apocalyptic world. Yeah,
right.
We've seen it.
And so kind of the same thing goes on with Bing data. So if you turn Bing data off, you end up with very generic height map data, and we can't have that. So
no, that ruins all the fun.
Because we are forcing you to stay within about 140 feet of the ground as you go through these pylons, and generic height map data is not going to cut it. So
that is true. It really adds a lot, kind of flying up and over stuff. Now you are again in a Bonanza, so we'll see you floating around that. But Chunky Flyer should be in the 500, looking like a helicopter. So that'll.
And I just went out to the main menu, so maybe I'm going to show up correctly. Larry is on his way in a Cabri. Let's hope he looked great. And I am right in front of you now. Any chance I'm a helicopter?
Oh, no, you're a giant Bonanza. It's awesome looking.
Okay.
I mean, it's... don't get me wrong.
The things I can do with a Bonanza are
you're
just
a magic
impressive.
Man.
That's... Yeah.
Yeah, but so suspend disbelief a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator, not the real world, believe it or not.
Let's try this. I'm going to go to...
Meesh, you were in the orange livery. Try the default one.
Cool. What I'm going to do is just kind of fly over the course a little bit. As you see, guys, there's a yellow brick road, which is just a guide. That is not a best line. Not a best line. But the green pylons there are the start. And you'll see the moment that we go through those pylons that there's going to be a timer that starts. It's going to keep track of all the pylons I miss, and it's going to give me 3 additional seconds every time I do that. So you need to go to the right of the red pylons and to the left of the blue ones, and you need to be low, like I would have missed that pylon there. You need to be low. And the pylons will not cause you to crash, as long as you have crashes turned off, which you should. But this is basically it. And this is... I only went through the first, maybe 20 gates for the promo video. So... this is definitely stuff that you've seen before if you've seen that video. And that's on my YouTube channel, which I'm starting to put some stuff up on now. But yeah, I would be not getting credit for these gates at all. And you'll see how this works. Once Meesh gets loaded back in, just let me know. No rush at all. We're just doing a preview. You are in. Okay. Let me, I'll gain some altitude real quick just to kind of show an overview of part of the course, because it's actually a pretty big area. This is really impressive. How many, there are hundreds of pylons in this series. How many are in this particular track? How many gates?
This track has 48.
48. And this is
So,
the shortest one so far, right?
yeah, this is the shortest one. You actually have a track with 147 pylons in it. So
Yeah, so this is no joke,
a,
guys. There's a lot of love that's been put into this.
I thought
So
we called it insanity before.
Well,
It's very nice of you to change that word.
It's a bounce. Well, everyone's all about changing words now, so I figured I'd get in on the action. But yeah, look at this, guys. I mean, it really turns the game into like a little game within the game, and it's more. I hate to call it a game, but it's an agility course, and it's pretty massive. And I think it's about time to press this button, Meesh. What do you think?
Hi, guys.
I think it's time to go for it. Well, you want to wait for Larry to show up, or
That's right. Larry's loading in, so
Larry?
We'll wait for Larry. Absolutely, and welcome in, Larry. I think I've completely gone off the course. I'm good at this. I'm really good at it.
You have.
Yeah, I have. I'm turning back
you
around.
look
I
to
see
be
some.
a little bit further south than. So
Yeah,
I saw this little
There they
business complex over here, and I thought, I should be able to build a course self-contained within the business complex.
Why all go ahead, don't he have the course?
Because we needed a short course.
Yeah. And some of these turns, man, there's one that I'm looking at dead center on my screen. I remember this turn, PapaMeesh.
See? What is it about that turn that makes you...
Well, it makes you slow down, and when it, your instinct is to go fast, and it's disaster is inevitable.
You just got used to going fast, and then it goes.
Yep, and it's really well paced, man. You can tell that you've thought about it. It's not like some, first run AI placement of some random course. It's like you've really thought about where to make a turn, where to change the elevation, and all that stuff.
Force feedback.
And where do I want people to say my name in vain?
Right, exactly. MeeshTrax, I'm telling you, it's going to catch on. MeeshTrax is the name of this, and of course, Atomic Terror Pig's Race Tracker is the software that tracks the race. Oddly enough, but looks like Larry is in the air here.
Are you making it there, here, Larry? Your altitude's not changing anymore, did you?
He's in the Cabri, too. And guys, I swear to you, I have the Cabri. It's just not showing up.
Yep.
Yeah, there's our start. Okay, so you'll get kind of an overview. Now, when I hit the start button, it's going to take me... I'll see if my pointer will work. It's still stuck to my face. So it's going to take me just over this bridge, maybe back here, and you're going to be going along in a nice clip. So you kind of want to be in the air.
I auto-rotated onto the first base stands
ready to fly when you hit that start button.
I guess we are not waiting on Larry. He's moving.
Oh, really? I heard somebody.
And Chunky Flyer didn't make us all the way up here. So...
Boozy Sheep's in the house. Sorry, I have to say hi to the fellas,
Oh, yeah. Boozy, load up a hello.
Larry. Crowbar's in here.
Get the software installed and join us for a race, please. It's more fun with more chaos.
And I'll tell you another thing. With the photogrammetry off, you get probably about 30% extra of your frames back. It just runs the sim runs so much better with it off.
I am loading up now.
So you'll definitely want to turn off photogrammetry for this, but you can come out and spectate if you want to too. If you got if your PC can't, if you're on Xbox, you can come watch us. It's going to be hilarious, I guarantee you.
The other plus for turning photogrammetry off, which is very critical in almost all of my other tracks, including this one, you can fly under bridges.
And they also takes about minutes to load up too.
With photogrammetry on, photogrammetry tends to build the bridge all the way to the ground and make it impassable, and it's like flying under bridges is why I got Flight Sim in the first place.
Right? What's the point of simulating flight at all if you can't do it underneath the bridge? But it looks like Larry's gonna be a while to load in. So let me see if I can get under a bridge, and then I'm gonna hit the start button. Are you ready for me to do the countdown, sir?
I am ready.
Because I'm gonna use your technique and hit my button about 2 seconds after I say go, and we'll watch you lead the way, and be nice the first time. Because again, I've only completed this course actually once, I think. So, are you ready? Let's do this.
I am ready.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, click.
And away
we go. Just like that. It just loads you right in there. And it gives you just enough room to get kind of lined up. And the run begins right when you pass these pylons. Watch this. Is that not ridiculous, guys? It just works. How is that possible in Microsoft Flight Simulator? It's counting. Pylon 2. Pylon 3. This is wizardry. I swear, guys. Like, this is worth all of your time, which only takes about 5 minutes, honestly, to install this thing. And PapaMeesh has already pulled way in front of me. As we're going through here, I'm just going to have... Oh, there, you got turned around. And I missed a pylon. You see that? It turned red for a second, so I got a 3-second penalty here. And you mentioned earlier, PapaMeesh, that this is designed kind of with VR in mind. I did run this course, not to completion, but I did run it in flat screen, and I'm a absolutely abhorrent helicopter pilot in flat screen. And it's good. It's good. It's fun.
Well, I just crossed 3,000 hours in Flight Simulator as of yesterday. Wow. So
in this flight simulator?
Yeah, this flight simulator.
No way.
Yeah, so, well, I've been retired for 10 years. So.
Well, that's awesome. That's what I plan to do.
I don't know if you're close. Yep, you're very
I'm
close.
Right
so this
you,
one
yep.
right here,
this is the
loading
one
dock that we're in. You can't do this in a flat, a solid wing plane, fixed wing plane. It's not.
Okay.
Not
If you say so. If you say so. Stay tuned to YouTube. Yeah, see, but I mean, we were going through here the other day. You were in the Mini 500 as well. Oh, did I miss? Oh, I missed that one too. Oh, and I slammed into the building. So that.
Okay.
Oh, here we go again. Okay, so I got a contact with the ground, so I'm out. My time will not be recorded. Is that right?
That's right. You can't.
That's
you can't
a DNF.
finish the course now because missing a pylon is just a pylon miss, but hitting the ground is death.
Hitting the ground is death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Floor is lava.
The floor is lava, guys. So setting the helicopter down or like slamming into a building will trigger it. But yeah, like you said, I was on track to get a decent time, but let's do this again. I'm gonna hit mine, and I'm not gonna wait for you this time. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, start. All right, and we're back for another attempt. That's what I really like this, because it's like where we got to is I think there's a parking garage where I stopped, like learning the course. I finished it the one time, but really like learning the course.
Right.
I only got to this parking garage, and I'll call it out when we get to it. But yeah, there's so many ways to do this. You could take the 145 here, which is a much faster helicopter, but then the trick is controlling it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How do you turn with that one?
Right.
Because it's not nearly as agile as these guys.
Right. And there's a little
pass on the outside.
Yeah. Okay. Passing right through you again. I'm going to give it a little gas here and probably lose control. But you start to learn, like, and again, the yellow brick road is not a best line; it's a guideline. So you can cut corners. You can, develop strategies. There, I kind of lost control there a little bit. That's going to cost me, but I didn't miss a pylon. So,
time to call out to another one of my test pilots, Wingman Crunchy. His strategy is just get better.
There you go. I mean, well, that's part of it. So I was kind of high there, so I just dove on that pylon. I did make it.
You made it. You were low enough, so yeah.
Oh, this is not looking good. I'm gonna miss this one.
No.
Oh, I think I got that.
Made it again.
Yep. So it's center mast, right? That counts.
That's right.
Or center the rotor.
Yeah, you don't have to worry. One. Your rotor blades will kill you if you hit a building with them, but when it counts, oh well, here we go. I got to use English here, and I'm trying to race through pylons while I'm trying to formulate
it's tough, right?
a sentence. You can't do both at the same time.
No.
That's impossible.
That looks great,
but
guys.
yeah, center mass of the aircraft going through the pylons is what it counts. It doesn't.
Gotcha.
You don't have to clear it with the rotor blades or anything.
Okay. Well, we're
almost hit the ground there.
Right. It's tricky. It really is. And these helicopters, this is the Mini 500. It's not super fast. Oh gosh, it just went right through my cranium. But it's funny. It's fun to kind of get piled up like this because now I can't see the line as well. So my decision is: do I go through you and risk, coming up on a corner that I wasn't expecting, or,
Oh yeah. So I could be right in front of you.
I can cut this corner. I'm about to pass you, maybe not. Oh, geez. So yeah, I mean, there's. Oh, geez. Here we go. Okay.
Oh dear.
I missed that one. So I missed the pylon. It's giving me a 3-second penalty. This is coming up on the parking garage. So after this, I don't really know much of the course, but I'm still going to go balls to the wall because no consequences, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So here's that garage I was talking about. This is actually
a little parking area.
Yeah. So, and here the line actually disappears, and that's important. Can you tell us why?
Because the line is painted on the ground in the sim, and all the buildings are above ground. So, as we move to more congested tracks, the line is still there, but you only see it between buildings, and that's partly what makes those other tracks trickier.
Yeah, and especially the New York one, because you're low the entire time because you have to be. You will not get credit if you go too high. I'm actually trying to complete the course this time, by the way, guys, just to get on the leaderboard. So I might to the left of the blue, and sometimes there's only one pylon. It's tricky, guys. I'm telling you, it's not like under a bridge for this one.
Trying to do commentary while you're learning a track is really putting him at a disadvantage. So if you ever wanted to beat, you want to beat Pete at a racetrack, you should get in here today.
Absolutely.
And
now's your
challenge
best
him
chance.
while he's still, right.
Get your
Challenge him
screenshots
while he's still learning stuff,
Yeah. Oh, I almost hit the ground there. That's another thing to consider. Another thing to consider. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of people trying this the first time on the H135 with the high skids, but that's a good way to get on the leaderboard because
isn't that the truth?
That's a bigger challenge,
Yep. Get in here with the R44 or even the there are other mods out there with the Cabri that add sprayer attachments and all that.
Oh yeah.
So
the poison sprayer.
That's my the sprayer utility is the one that I've.
All right. Is this the... Oh, here we go. And then you can go flat out for the finish line. Here's my finish, guys. 5 minutes and 65 hundredths. So I beat you by a solid minute in the R44.
There you go.
Right? Okay,
right.
so let me get this helicopter on the ground. We'll take a look at that leaderboard because there should be only a couple of us on there at the moment, right?
Right. I saw Chunky Flyer make it into the parking lot just as we were getting started with that last one. So he is here, and he should be, when he finishes, he'll put something up.
So there we go. It would have been 4:57 if I hadn't missed that one gate. But 48 pylons down. That is my best by a solid minute, too, from the last time I flew the same helicopter. So let's see if...
So apparently your skills have improved just doing the video.
Well, yeah, and like I said, I did get a solid kind of idea of the first half of the course, so that's something, right, too. But there you go. Look at Pito Heat in number 1. Dude, okay, screenshots. There we go, because that will cease to be very, very shortly. But as you see, we got 3 separate aircraft. So while, I'm on top, maybe that's because this is, got better acceleration, a tighter turning radius. So you can also sort by your best, and I think my pointer is kind of fudged at the moment. There we go. So by aircraft, it'll show you if other people finish in the Mini 500, their times will be here too. Right. So you can say, hey man, see if you can beat me in the 145 on Hold My Beer 16, right?
Right.
Let me see if I can get my best here. I mean, it's actually going to be the same thing, but there we go. VR struggles. This is not ATP or PapaMeesh struggles. This is general Microsoft Flight Simulator and VR struggles, right? But guys, that's pretty much it. And the great thing is, like we said, there's replayability because you're going to have to learn the courses to increase or decrease your time, right? You can instantly restart, which is like my favorite feature, which we'll do again in just a second. And then you can just hop in another helicopter, and it's a completely different experience. I want to do it in the 500E from Cowan Sim after this. Now we've been, yeah, I know, right? It's a slippery helicopter. I think, because I did too well on that one, honestly. I was too good. I'm just too good, right? In the Mini 500.
Do you feel the... well, we'll wait for Larry to get here and call you out on that one.
Oh, yeah. But check this out. So what I'm going to do right now, without saying anything about it, is restart the race, right? Okay, so he didn't get that cue. And he can restart anytime, and he can, of course, see me. This is all live. So you could be out here just checking it out, and we'd see you and all this stuff, whether you had photogrammetry on or not. But I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to try and get my panel out of my face because I messed that up looking at leaderboards. But we'll see how that goes for me in just a moment, because this is a tricky turn here. I want to beat that time in this one, and then I'm going to switch over to the 500E, which is going to be tremendously more difficult, I think. So you say that...
Well, it is for me, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I think, a lot of these will be for everybody. I mean, they've got the, what is that, the MI8? There's an MI8. Oh, geez, this is where I crashed like 4 times making the video. So if you want to take the MI8 through here, be my guest. But again, you don't lose points for going off the line. So if you need to make your turns a little wider in a different aircraft, so be it, right?
Right.
But I'm trying to kind of whip through here. Now that I'm on the board, I want to be on the board twice. And see, Meesh is nowhere near me. Nobody else is. Oh, I missed that one. See, that one's one that it might be worth your time to just plan on missing. You know what I mean? Oh, geez, I hit the building.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you were lurking on me.
Building. I was lurking.
I'll tell you what.
You know what else is funny on my screen? After you clipped the building, you were face in towards the building, and it almost looked like the helicopter was pouting with its forehead up against the building, going.
It was. How did I let that happen? I don't know how I let that happen. But yeah, I'm going to re-queue again if you want to do it with me this time. But the point I was trying to make is it really doesn't matter when you start or if you start at exactly the same moment. It can still, the person that's looks like they're in front of you may not actually be in front of you because your time is recorded by the race server app, and that's what sends the time to the leaderboard. So here we go. I'm going to restart, and we're going the wrong way right now, but it doesn't matter. So 3, 2, 1. 1 second for him, and start. So there he is right in front of me. I'm going to get this out of my face, and I'm going to smoke him. That's all there is to it. Well, it's not a fair race because we're not in the same helicopter, but it's still kind of fun. It's like Mario Kart, kind of. When are you going to implement the blue shell?
I've got extra turtle shells. I can. Wait a minute. I'm an old guy. How do I know about Mario Kart?
Right?
I don't. I made that up. I looked it up.
Your kids play it, right?
Grandchildren
play. Suspend disbelief. The helicopter, the Bonanza is actually a Capri G2. We promise.
Oh yes, I got it. I got to reboot and get something other than a Bonanza. That's silly.
I don't think it's your fault. Do you have the Do you have the 500E?
I do.
You do. See, that's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be fun.
Well,
so you've completed the course in this one, the R44, and what else?
The utility helicopter, which is still a Cabri G2 model, but the 500E is just so twitchy that I haven't been able to play it long enough to. So if we both grab the 500E, I think you might win.
Oh yeah. I'd like that. I'd like that, Meesh.
Yeah, I would like that a lot.
Well, I got my number 1 on the leaderboard at the very beginning, and again, this is a worldwide leaderboard, guys, so if you download the add-on, you get it installed, you complete the course, and you cannot touch the ground, the floor is lava. Missing a pylon like I just did will earn you a 3-second penalty, which is not the end of the world, but touching down or slamming into a building will disqualify you, so you have to complete the course, which I'm doing a terrible job of. In order to qualify for the leaderboard. And again, this is the easy course.
And one of the other, I guess the other thing to bring up is one of my favorite people to compete against, other than Chunky Flyer, is he lives on the other side of the planet. He's in Australia. You don't have to play against people in your same time zone, and that's the other great thing, because the leaderboard is persistent.
Right. You may wake up the next day, going to sleep with a big smile on your face, and I'm just going, I'm missing that one. Yep. But yeah,
you wake up in the next morning and somebody's got a little note for you on Discord that says, that was short-lived.
Balls in your court.
Yeah, right. Balls in your court. Have a nice time. I'm going to work now.
But yeah, I can definitely see. Whoa, I missed another one. See, that's the thing. There's times to go fast, and there's times to definitely not. Like, I remember this I could have done faster than my last time. But then there's a sharp left turn, and I botched it. Oh boy. Elegant. So dainty.
Yeah, right.
And sorry if I'm ignoring chat, guys. I haven't heard too much text-to-speech. They're laughing too hard at my piloting. I understand.
Did you turn that off or something?
I did turn it off just for our conversation's sake. But we'll turn it on here in just a little bit. But down under the bridge, you have to go under the bridge because the pylons are short.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's check on my time.
All done on purpose, just to
full tilt here.
And what you're watching Mr. O'Heat do is probably the most insidious part of the MeeshTrax experience, and that is want so very much to go faster.
I knew that's what you were gonna say. I knew that's what you were gonna say, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, you're gonna go slow while you learn the track, and you're gonna put a time up, and then you're gonna realize, wait a minute, I'm still slower than fill in the blank. That can't happen. Then you're gonna go out there and you're gonna push it really hard.
Yeah.
And so I'll let you guys figure out the proper balance between pushing and smoothness, because speed comes slowly with smoothness, and that's
it's just like,
but until then,
it's just like auto racing. Like, it's not going fast as braking fast, right? And hitting the corners like you're supposed to. It's the same thing. So it may be, like there's certain gates that it is good to get that speed and go down the corridor and then make the big balls turn, and come in low again and keep your momentum going like that. But most of the time you're right. Like, it's probably, especially when you're learning it, just get through it. And so I'm going
to be smooth, all those things.
Yeah, as you saw in the last run, I was, flying a helicopter like nobody should ever fly a helicopter, jerking the stick and all this stuff. So I'm going to do another run. I'm going to try and take it slow and really, plan it a little bit better, maybe. Let me get my window resized, plan my moves a little better.
You have to get your racing line comfortable so that you remember it, and you're not flying behind the aircraft, being reactionary. If you're very proactive, you will be quicker.
Right. And just in my defense, everybody, I've never done an air race in my life. So some of the wildness might be due to that. So I have had about a week to practice on the first third, I guess, of the track. And I'm going again, Chunky Flyer, hanging out. Chunky, you want to restart Chunky with me? Are you at your keyboard? But yeah, oh, you know what? So check this out. It automatically starts when you go through the gate if you're just joining us. I cut the pylon. So the time is still running, but this run is over, basically. So I can just let it go.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
But a nice touch, and I really appreciate this, and everybody else will too, is that you have included some helipads, a little hangar, and a fixed wing load-in spot as well, right?
Yeah, you could actually come into that hangar. You can spawn inside the hangar when you want to start. If you're crazy enough to try this with fixed wing, be my guest. But,
give it a shot. But yeah, guys, join us. There's a link up that's pinned in the chat there. Speaking of chat, let me check up on that real quick. I think I thought I had re-enabled the speech to text, but it just may be that people their jaws are on the floor and they can't type because they're trying to reel their jaws back in. Larry's out there. Larry's trying to load in. Chunky Flyer needs a minute. That's cool, man. Winter Band. Yeah, dude. This is awesome. Oh, and I've become one with the road, apparently. Oh, I've become more one with the road. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Hit me.
That road is hungry and loves to eat helicopters for snacks.
Goodbye, everyone.
Like all the bridges here.
Hey, it's nice down here.
Yeah, so if anybody's having... it's nice down here.
It is.
No, I don't think so. The concrete is eating you, so just...
the concrete is lava. I knew better.
Concrete is part of lava.
I knew better. All right, I'm going to give it another
Larry,
go.
if you're having trouble, you just let me know. I will bail out of this run and get you set up there. It's more important today to get everybody ready to roll with this.
Well, we just, like, the point of this stream and Monday and everything is, like, we want you to, like, check it out for yourself, like, know that it's out there, and this is a new aspect it's a new aspect of multiplayer to me. Like I said, I didn't get the Reno air races because they just didn't look exciting enough, but this, you've got plans to, put some other tracks out and everything as well.
Ooh,
so I'm actually going to restart the race here, by the way. I'm going to do that in 3, 2, 1, and we're off to the races again. So I'm going to take this one slower.
Already have 5 fixed wing courses out there, and this is my first helicopter course. And I'm planning on launching a new one every week.
Every single week. You said it out loud. I have not said that out loud to anyone yet because I was like, maybe
crazy. Yes,
he might reconsider.
No, it's true. You have to take that into consideration. You're not supposed to be in a foxhole with anybody crazier than you, and but you should race people that are crazier than you.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm. So if you would want to plan, a little group flight, and you want to do it right when a new track comes out, so no one has the chance of practicing before you do your group flight. And the other part of the plan is to have a very consistent time with which to do the launch. And I will take suggestions. So if I get more people that want this released at whatever 5 p.m. on Tuesday nights or whatever, just let me know what works for you and whatever you want to set up. Because
what's the best way to send suggestions or anything like that to you?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, tell me. Tell me, and I'll tell Meesh.
Yeah, because here's what happens. I don't know if it's real easy to get a hold of me on Discord, or if it's difficult, but I'll have Pito help me out with that.
I'd be happy to.
He's an actual streamer, and we will share some contact information.
I'm still a new streamer, so actual streamer. Oh. I think that's a step above affiliate. So I'm still working on that. I'm still on the grind. But yeah, Meesh. Oh, did you crash?
I did.
You did. I'm on a roll, dude.
Close.
I have no penalty time, so I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Yeah.
No penalty times.
Not yet. Not yet. I said that out loud, though. And so yeah, you right. But yeah, you said so every week they're available right now on flightsim.to. The link up that pinned is actually to the race tracker, and that page has links to the Hold My Beer series, which actually comes in one convenient zip file. I like that. So it's actually pretty easy to install, and there's a race, the race tracker add-on. The race server add-on. Did I get credit? I did get credit. Race server add-on is something you need to run from your Windows desktop, and there's a penalty. That was too high there.
And he was so smooth.
Right? I was for a while. I was. But see, here's a little hop here. Let me tell you, on the next course, and especially the New York course, that will be the third released, Meesh, you put in some drops that will literally, like, I got the stomach thing where it like drops down into your pelvis. Yeah. It will really, like, some of this stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many hours you have in VR. I have, this sim and War Thunder also are two of the ones that I have flown exclusively in VR. And War Thunder is 2,100 hours, and this one's a little over 3,000 hours. So I have 5,000 hours just in VR. Wow. And it still gives me the willies to do some of these drops. So
that's wild.
So yeah,
VR is no joke, man, and that's one thing that keeps surprising me about it. Is like, just some new game or piece of software comes out, and it's like, I've been around the block. I've probably got about 2,000 hours total in VR, maybe 2,500. And here's Meesh with 8,000.
Here's
oh boy.
I just watched Chunky Flyer beef it into a side of a building there, and he was going absolutely flat out. I have never seen him. Every corner was the helicopter was doing complete knife edge, flat, flat 90-degree turns.
Yeah.
And then came the building. And
then came the building. That's going to be on my tombstone.
I don't know if we actually need him to have a report on how hard that building is.
Yeah.
Or how far the crumple zone actually
how many
goes
feet per
in
minute?
on an M500. But,
How many horizontal feet per minute were you going? No, I get it. I ate complete poop the other day doing this. And it's just fun because it's like, you beat yourself up about it a little. Like, especially, I just went through there slowly, and it looks like that was my slowest time of the day anyway.
Yeah.
But I love that you put a nice little nice little run at the end there, so you can launch yourself up into the air in celebration or agony. But yeah, it's you have a bad run or something, and you restart, and then you can just go balls to the wall and in frustration. Because I'm a nerd rager from like way back, right? So I know that when I'm off stream, I'm going to be screaming at this thing. But
yeah, right, because that's our inner 9-year-old.
He never dies. He never dies. But I'm gonna put this one down, and I think I'm gonna pick up the 500E and give it a shot, because that is a more difficult helicopter, I think. So I haven't had enough spectacular crashes just yet. So we'll take a look at the leaderboard, though. We had a couple more finishes, I think, right?
I'm pretty sure. Well, I haven't finished since then. I've been trying to follow Chunky Flyer through it. He's putting in some amazing speed. Just can't seem to clear that one building with the rotor blades.
It happens, that's gonna happen. But yeah, I increased my lead there. So 443.82 is the new record held by yours truly. I'm going back to the main menu here.
Get in here, Larry. Put a little bit of humility back into Pete here, because he's starting to bark a little bit.
Yeah, I am. I haven't had enough of my liquid. I'm starting to get overconfident here.
There we go.
Which is fun.
Your overconfidence is your undoing.
It always is. All right, so we're going for the 500E here. So the full size one.
I
you say this is a bad idea, right?
No, it's a perfect idea. I think if you love that helicopter and can fly it, you might end up with a record that will stand for weeks to come.
Aha. Okay. Is it
Because
buggy right now? I haven't flown it in a couple weeks, so I don't know. But this is how you get it started, by the way, guys. You just load into the Hold My Beer airport that he's made with helipads and one fixed wing parking space, just there to tease you, just in case, you know.
Right. In case you're crazy enough.
Yeah. I bet you could do it in the flying boat. I'm just saying that. Or the, what's that little tiny one? Oh, jeez.
Shock Ultra. Or...
Nah, I doubt that, but there's one that's just an airframe. It's like it doesn't even have skin on it, except for the wings, and I can't remember the name of it.
Well, there's even a helicopter I don't have, and I'm going to have to say yet, because maybe I'm going to have it, with counter-rotating main rotor blades. And Chokey Flyer has one of those, so I'm guessing that he's possibly going to set a record in that, and frankly, he could set it as slow as he wants because I don't think anybody else has got that helo, you know?
Well, there you go. See, it even sparks American commerce or worldwide commerce, isn't it? Big Papa Polly, welcome in, by the way. And I do not have my VR settings posted anywhere because I change them all the time. Your best bet for something like that is Blue Echo, another streamer that's here, and he's got a great wiki on VR settings in both Microsoft Flight Simulator and DCS World, and it's pretty amazing. Big shout out too. I just want to take a moment to thank the Shadow Display team for some pro VR tips that they gave me about how to get some better resolution and get rid of the masking. I no longer have to have the red stripe on the right hand side of the thingamabob of the stream here. So Shadow Display team, a couple folks from that group have helped me out with that quite a bit, and I don't have that completed, by the way, so the stream's still looking kind of muddy to me, and I'm not quite sure about that, but I think a capture card might be in old Pete's future, you know, the next time I gotta go to Best Buy. So
we are sparking the economy back into recovery,
yes,
even for you,
single-handedly. Yeah, this whole Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to fix everything because
sure gave me something to do for the last 3 years. So
and you have, dude. I really enjoy this, and we say it all the time, about how great this community is, and look how slippery this helicopter is. Oh, my head's in the hangar. Hang on. Oh, this might have been a bad idea. But yeah, just folks getting together. And you can't? Oh, man, that's a good one.
I suppose I could, but let
me warm up a little.
I feel like I'm all thumbs, and my legs don't work, and
I really like it.
It's rough. That's a tough helicopter for me, especially since the other two. I would call the more nimble, the minis, the Cabri and the M5 Mini 500 are so predictable, at least. They fly different, but they're still very predictable. And the M500E it's just trying to kill me every second.
Well,
and eventually I get tired of that,
Yeah, I totally understand that. But let's go ahead and load this in, and just please correct me if I'm wrong, but the first time you race, you have to hit start. You can't just go through the gate, right, after you load in?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm just going to get a little momentum going so I know how the helicopter feels before I hit start, and I'm getting ready to hit start in 3, 2, 1, click. And there you go. It launches you forward with some hearty amount of momentum to get you going.
Check
and in about 5 seconds, you are racing. It starts as soon as you cross the first gate, and already things are out of control with the Mini 500E. Yes! This is what we're here for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the fact that your commentary is very calm until you go, and I'm already out of control.
And things are going down in flames, everybody. I'll use my PBS, or, you see how slippery I am? I'll use my NPR voice as we jog to the right and accelerate through the pylons.
Notice the slipperiness of which I try to save my own
High
life.
Pete.
Notice the burning bodies.
It's a good thing replacement helicopters are free because
Right.
we go through quite a few of them on this course.
We really do. And again, this is the easy course. So if you're looking at this and you're like, "Pah," well, first of all, come put your name on the leaderboard before you start talking smack.
Yeah, exactly.
Second-
You cannot talk smack without a name on the leaderboard.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's the rules. That's the rules. But
I
yeah,
like that rule.
also
Just made it up just then.
wait until the next course because I'm telling you,
I have to run for a
it
few
kicks
hate
it
to
up
drop
a
a
notch,
record and
bam
run weight
style,
now I don't eat.
like Emerald Lagasse in a helicopter. Oh, geez, and I touched the ground. 500E is tremendously more difficult on this because these are all tight turns too. So let me ask you. Oh boy, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So when you restart, be prepared to have some collective going on. Some collective at least, or you will eat it, as illustrated.
Well, here's a pro tip. You can actually spawn into the airport and be sitting on the helicopter pad and just push the start button. And
Right.
it will launch you.
Yes.
But yeah, just remember to put a little bit of collective in there, as you will drop like a rock.
Yep,
Anyway.
which is super fun, but yeah,
Which-
it definitely goes Angry Birds mode like the moment you hit start, so just be ready. But I think it's fine. It's better than fine, honestly, because there's no like
I know I
confirmation.
can't
Do you want to
fly
restart the
that.
race? It's like nobody's hovering over the start button when they're flying this thing, right? So you crash, you hit the start button, you're instantly back into the action. So you can, enjoy your crash, sit on the ground and cry for a little bit, and then when you have mustered your resolve, click that start button, you're right back at it. There's no like, are you sure you want to restart the race? The race will begin in 5, 4, 3, none of that stuff.
Thankfully, yes, Atomic does not work for Microsoft. So we can push
Yes,
the
thank
start
you. Again, the
Thank you,
shout outs.
Atomic. Good job.
We got to do the shout outs again. Of course, you're listening to the voice of PapaMeesh, who is in Microsoft Flight Simulator, some guy in CO, and Atomic Terror Pig for the race tracker, the ATP race tracker. Again, the link is in chat, pinned up at the top there for you. Who else helped you beta test and all this stuff?
Ooh, well, we had obviously Chunky Flyer is my prime. Wingman Crunchy, Foxtrot, and Treetop Flyer also
Nice.
were helping me out. So, yeah, I got lots of good input. Got lots of crazy input
This
too,
is
but
tough. Oh, geez.
somebody had.
I did it again. All right, I got a C. I did the same exact thing I did last time. The same exact thing. I got to practice this. See, this is part of it too. And it is
So
like I've
one
got a
of the
bigger
other
rotor
things-
here.
Yeah, I think the rotor's a little bit bigger, so
Uh-huh.
you might need more space, or
I might need to come up above these buildings. Possibly above the buildings and then dive on it like this. That could work. God. This is tough, man. It's tough, but it's a different kind of challenge than the 500. The 500, I feel like I can go faster because I can stop quicker. You know what I mean? I feel like the momentum of the 500 carries more.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It-
And that to me is the biggest reason why we had to have a way to compare just apples to apples. You don't
Right.
want to. I don't want to be in here with a 500E and
Right.
have to compare my times against your mini 500 because you'll just smoke me.
Exactly. So let me restart again. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. My mouse. Oh! You got the Magnum PI one. Did you make it?
Oh,
Did you make it?
yeah.
Oh, you did.
Thankfully, you can actually hit the
Cool.
ground and survive before you go through the
Before-
green pylons.
Another pro tip. That's good stuff.
Yeah, you can do just about anything you want, but once you
Yeah.
go through the green pylons, then all of the, and I think
oh,
the
geez.
500E
Oh, geez.
just sort of
Oh, jeez.
loses altitude faster when you're banking. Oh, gee. No, it's
This is dangerous.
I can't.
And see, like this course might be more viable. Like I couldn't really imagine doing the New York course in this unless you're going very slowly. And see that's fine too, right? Who can get the fastest time anyway still, even if you're going 20 knots through New York with a helicopter like this? Like, where else are you going to get that experience? Right?
Right.
And again, you said you had designed these with VR in mind, but I did complete this course in flat screen, and I never, ever, ever fly in flat screen, guys. I've tried it on the stream, and you guys know it's not pretty. But yeah, with a heli, which I really can't fly in flat screen. Oh boy. I have goofed. Yep. I went too fast around that one, so here we go again.
And
how you doing?
Oh, well, there's a lot of folks flying in third-person mode too, and I just can't imagine trying that. So who knows? Maybe that's a strategy.
That sounds like a job for Comic Crazy. Where is he? So, Chunky Flyer says check the leaderboard. Ringbolt, how you doing, man? I don't have chat in the headset tonight. Sorry for the delay on this. You know you can't fly that. Not yet. Not yet, Ringbolt. Chunky Flyer's got to run for a few. You hate to drop a record and run weight? No, I don't. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So let's check the leaderboard. Let's check the leaderboard here. I'm hoping this add-on is staying in view for you guys, because it's... All right, Chunky Flyer beat me soundly. Okay. Oh, so did Meesh. Oh, wow, you both beat me by a wide margin. I just saw you go past. That looked dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so you guys saw it. Like, we were just sitting here. This is what's so amazing to me is that are you getting a good view of this? Not really. But there's a decent view. So you guys saw me. I haven't reset the add-on. Well, I went back out, but it updates, right? It updates in real time?
Yep. It updates in real time. You'll watch your name. Yeah.
Like you guys, I mean... It just works. That's what really stood out to me. I mean, obviously, like there's been a lot of care with the pylon placement. You've really thought about, where to put these turns and stuff. But, at the end of the day, we've seen other add-ons that, promise the world and then they're non-functional. This is not that. Like everything just works. It's crazy. Like leaderboards and everything. So congratulations. Hats off to both of you, Atomic Terror Pig for the race add-on, and then PapaMeesh for the course, man.
I had been wishing for this to happen for a lot, even after this new version came out, Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, and I'm going, maybe I can do my racetracks now. And 2.5 years go by, and it isn't until I see somebody else running with Atomic's race tracker software, and I went, there it is. There's a piece that I don't know how to do. This could happen. And so
there you go. Testament to the flight sim community for like coming together, because it's like, so many ideas out there.
Somebody else can do it, and away you go.
Yeah, just a little boost like that can make all the difference. Just a little piece of software. It's crazy. But I'm excited to see the other two. I have flown the other two, and I don't think I completed the New York one. I don't think I got through that one.
No, I don't think you did. So that one is still going to be very, very much a learning experience. So if you guys want something, ultimately entertaining, make sure you watch Pete do that track, because...
Oh, geez. I did it again. The third time in the same place. What is wrong with me? Here goes Magnum P. I'm just going to follow you now.
Oh, no! Yeah,
I'm going to see if I can...
All of a sudden, this thing spun around on me.
That's the same thing. Same thing happened to me. I think I'm just trying to turn it too fast, or maybe there's something going on with the tail rotor. But I'm going to see if I can complete it.
Well, you continue on. I think I may just pick up on the R44, which I hate just a little bit less.
Yeah.
than
All right, here's the one that killed me. Let me see if I can get above here and then dive bomb to get this gate, which I should get credit for that. Yeah. I think this is totally doable. I just think I totally can't do it yet.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it can be done. It can be done, and I will do it, but probably not today. I think I might get the mini 500 again. It's a little slower, a little easier.
Are you going to make it in, Larry? What's holding you up? Well, I feel like I got to help you get online here. What can I do?
Oh.
And I think, let's see, I should get out of that. And let's see, I'll pop into...
See, I'm getting too fast now. What is it with us? We just want to.
What would Chunky Flyer say? What do you mean getting too fast? That's not possible.
Right. No, you know what? It's just I have to stop going so fast.
Yeah.
But this helicopter can finish this course. I know it can. I'm going to restart. Let me have 2 more tries, and then I have to go back and try and beat Chunky Flyer in the 500. That's just got. He did. He like dropped the mic. He went and he's eating.
Well, yeah.
He's having a steak
beat
now
you
with
30 seconds, and all that's that's huge.
I know, right?
Oh, that's throwing the gauntlet there, Chunky.
Yeah. He's sitting there eating a steak with a little crown on his head that he made himself. I know.
Oh wait, what is the commercial with the crown? It was butter, so he's having real butter on something, and
yeah. Delicious.
Dear.
Yeah, he's living like a king. He's living it up and at my expense. So I'll try and at least close the gap.
Oh yeah,
but yeah. It's going to be
your first time. Also, so it's important to remember how many times Chunky has flown this track.
Well, yeah. And the cool thing with your release plan, you're planning to release these 1 per week, guys. 1 per week. Right. So. It's like new leaderboard every week. Go get on it. Post your score. Go to sleep. Wake up. There's a new, better time. And then, and people are going to have their favorite courses and stuff,
Yeah, and they're up forever as long as you leave them installed.
Mm-hmm.
You can go back to a track after months and find somebody who's beaten your score and go, oh, wait a minute. I remember this one.
Yep.
And I'm a better pilot now, so good luck holding on to that record.
Right. Now I can tell, like even just a couple runs, I'm getting better. But even when you can consistently finish, like now I know to gain altitude here, I can't get through that gap. Right. But even after you get it, and I tap cool down on
and not.
Yeah. So I hit the top of the building. I hit the top of the building, and then there's the dance and everything. Are you behind me?
Yeah. Well, not close. Not close.
Okay.
I actually I did not grab the 40 or the 44 as I thought. I grabbed the 40. What is it? 7.
407.
No worries. And I just can't control it. I'm all over the place.
All right, I'm gonna give this one more try, and then I'm going back to the 500 because I gotta give it a shot.
You have to feel better about yourself. Oh,
jeez. And I've already lost 3 seconds right off the rip. It starts you pretty fast in the 500, so you really got to slow down as quickly as possible.
Do. Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is probably the toughest one. The 145, I took that through there a little bit, just to shoot rockets as I was going, which was pretty awesome. But yeah, that one was not too bad. It's just that flight model with the hydraulic system and everything is different. And I know you can turn it off, so that might be another, extra challenge.
That could be.
Have you ever done that? Turned the hydraulics off in the 145?
No. I've
yeah, totally changes
very little
it.
time in that.
Totally changes it. Not for the better, really, but.
Is it just kind of a realism mod then?
I'm not sure. I mean, it feels like you've lost the hydraulics. It starts getting a lot twitchier. I don't know if you've flown it at all, but the 1-3. Oh, that was close. That was close. Now I'm sideways.
Well,
Now I'm
it might be the one.
Oh God. I didn't. Okay, I didn't touch the ground though, but I think it counted the next pylon as a miss. And
now I don't know if it's the 135 I have or the 14. So
oh jeez. Oh jeez. I hit the ground. Yeah. I think I broke my helicopter somehow. But there goes Meesh. Let's take a look. In the 407 that he's not used to.
Oh, this thing is huge. I feel like I'm flying an entire building.
Hell yeah.
How did we get an M1 tank in the air?
Right.
That's what I'd like to know.
All right, I'm going to go back out. I'm going to get the 500 again. And actually, I'm going to take a quick break while that's loading in and go to the little pilot's room. So, Meesh, if you want to do the same, we can pick it back up in just a minute. Or if you got something you need to take care of, that's totally cool too. But I gotta get at least. I want 10 seconds off that time at least in the 500.
There we go. Yeah. I think that's doable. Let your inner challenge take over and.
Yeah, because I'm not flying helis every 500, not 550. That would be cheating. So we'll just take this one out. And I've been on, what is it, no wind or calm winds, the Weather Preset Pro. But yeah, that's something too. There's no way to track that, so I don't think you would gain anything by not being in calm winds. So
as far as I can tell, I can't imagine, but
nah, not for this.
I would say maybe on some of the fixed wing tracks, if you knew there was a certain turn that you're having trouble making, you could use some wind to your advantage, but I haven't tried it. Ooh. So many options.
Excuse me. Taking a little vape break here. Oh man, this is good stuff though. I am getting sweaty. It does get sweaty in the VR headsets anyway, but it's not like just a chill cruise. You gotta be in the mood to race. But when you're in the mood to race, dude, this is it.
Yeah, this'll do it for you.
Yes, indeed. And, I said I was gonna take a break, but I'm gonna do one run. I'm gonna do one run. You know how it goes, dude.
I do.
I'm already here.
How do I know? Oh, yeah, that's because I'm addicted too.
Right. And we can shrink this down, put it there. And there we go. Adjust the old headset. Oh, we should turn the helicopter on. And yes, I'm control E-ing because it's about the race. I want to get that time. It's not about flipping the switches right now, guys. There's a time and place for that. This is neither the time nor the place. We got to get this fixed. This leaderboard situation. So if you're just coming in, we are testing, not even testing, it's ready. It's working. This is a race tracking software from Atomic Terror Pig. The link is pinned in the chat. And we are in here with PapaMeesh. Chunky Flyer has just thrown down the gauntlet with a time of 3:55 in the Mini 500. Pedo Heat, your boy, sits at number 3 with a time of 4:43. So pretty embarrassing. And it's in the same helicopter. So this is cool too. You see you have the overall top 10 here with various different helicopters. So you might be saying, well, that's not fair. Well, okay. Then you have your best, and you also have aircraft here. And let me get my mouse pointer on it. There we go. And it bugged. No. Or is it loading? I might have to start it, maybe.
Or maybe because you haven't finished in...
That's a good point.
Since a load? I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see about that. But the leaderboard, as it sits right now, Chunky Flyer's got me licked soundly by 20 seconds. Oh. Well, 17 seconds and change.
Yeah.
So we're going to fix that right now. Right now.
Yeah.
And like you said...
He's got a few more hours on this track than you, so just take that into consideration.
That's true. How does he fly it? Does he fly it balls to the wall, or is he very
depends on what he's doing. I think he's the problem is he's got all those skills, and he'll use them to
that's not fair.
yeah, that's not fair.
Nobody told me to bring skills to this. Come on.
Oh yeah, well, we might have forgotten to say that
Yeah.
in the brochure, but
Right.
we'll fix the brochure.
It's not covered in the manual.
Yeah.
Bring skill.
Bring skill. Yeah.
No, but I mean,
Well,
like,
and to
I
me,
really
that's
don't.
also why you have to. I've got to be releasing these on a specific day and time all the time, just so everybody's got the same amount of hours.
I just got better.
You know, so by the time you're on a Tuesday night stream and the track's been out for a whole day, somebody's actually got 23 hours of flight time on it.
Right,
more than
right.
you.
You need to be there. Well, that's like, I made the comparison when we were talking about this. Like, I used to play World of Warcraft pretty competitively, not professionally, but very competitively. And the raids, which are the big, 25-person boss fights, right? Those would come out at certain times, and you would set your alarm and you would be ready at your computer, ready to go, because you wanted a shot at being the world first, right? And this is kind of the same thing. You got to get your licks in, set the bar, and then hope nobody beats you, right? And they probably will eventually.
And they're going to do it while you're sleeping. So yeah.
And even when the new tracks come out, the old ones are still going to be around, right? Or are they rotated out?
No, as far as I know, I don't. Tomic didn't tell me that there was a limit to how many tracks.
Okay.
And when I told him that I wanted to put out a new track every week, he didn't flinch at all. So I figured we're fine. So.
Well, that's something kind of cool. A different aspect of it too. It's like you don't have to immediately go to the next course. Like if somebody's got a time and you're like, I'm just gonna stick with this course and work on that for the next week or something. You can do that because the leaderboard's persistent. And then, you take the screenshot, you send it to the Discord and say, hey, you remember that track from 2 weeks ago? Well, guess what?
Yeah, guess what? You're no longer at the top of the pile, and the view and the food are both better up here.
That's right.
And that's all you really need to say.
Yeah.
If he's got a competitive bone in his body, he'll be in there in 20 minutes trying to beat you.
People will lose sleep.
I'd like to apologize for that up front. But I'm sure someone was going to blame me for that.
It's good though, man. Like I really love how it just works. Like it just works, and you hit the start button, it brings you right back there. There's no load screen or anything like that. And really, like, we haven't had, it's not causing weird issues with other add-ons or anything. I haven't seen anything. See, this one I don't know about. I think I might sacrifice that pylon there at some point and see if that's a strategy. But, if you miss a pylon, it's only 3 seconds. You touch the ground and you are out. You slam into a building and you are out. Your time will not be recorded. And
so
this is
also,
tough
if you
spot
really
here.
want to see how devious things get, and you are a fixed wing pilot instead of a helicopter dude, still get the race tracker, still get my other tracks, because HMB4, Hold My Beer number 4, has a, what's the best way to call this? We call it the roller coaster section. And there's it's a ground anomaly that I found to be very unique. And then instead of going around the loop-de-loops, I went straight over the top, but I put short pylons in the valleys between the high spots. So you are stuck doing this awful roller coaster thing through about 4 loops or 4.
Right.
And I'm going to pick on Chunky Flyer because he's not here to defend himself.
Well played.
He hates it. Hates it. He said, you have to change that. Don't release this track with the roller coaster in it. And I said, the fact that you hate it means it will stay.
Yeah. And there's one I remember in New York that is a helicopter track that just has this massive drop. It's just like, wow, are you serious? And
Are you? Yep.
yeah, he's serious.
Really serious.
He's serious, folks. It's a lot of fun.
So the trick there is, so do you take the 2-second penalty off the top of every one of those pylons if you want to just fly over the top? and make that your strategy to get low score. And it's a possibility, and that's why it's
Here we are.
still in there.
Home stretch.
Yeah.
Full collective. So there we go. My time is 5. That's lower than my last time, wasn't it? Okay. And I said I was going to shave 10 seconds off that. My best is 4:43. Was that the one where I was going balls to the wall? Because I feel like that was the one.
I don't know.
And I know I missed the chat.
know.
Hang on. Chunky Flyer just got you just got a better time. 3:55. 3:55 is the number one time in this course. There's no way I can do 3:55.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Not no way. There's no way tonight I can do 3:55.
Oh, tonight, you mean? Okay, yeah, I will grant you that. Yes.
I'm gonna do it again.
Of time, yes.
I'm gonna go.
Not
Let's
only,
see. Go ahead.
Not
Go
only
ahead. Sorry.
the amount of time he's got in this track, but just the amount of time he's spent in the Mini 500.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
he and that helicopter are attached at the hip. So there's, like I said, be wary of him. He will make you kind of,
Yeah. He'll make you cry.
question
He'll make you cry.
identity. Yeah, you're gonna, yeah, there you go. Let's go right there.
So I think
Chunky Fire will make you cry.
this is just an experiment. This is not to pick on Atomic Terrapig. I just want to know how it works. So I finished the race and I'm going through the first one again, and it does not reset. Okay, so you do need to hit start to reset.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, and which is no big deal because here we go in 3, 2,
Because it puts you where
1,
you need to be.
click, and there I am.
Yeah, there is no just fly to the start. No, it must.
Yeah,
It
no,
must
that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
That's again is like my favorite feature because I know, like these, you've seen me complete it a few times tonight, but the next two folks, I can tell you the difficulty ramps straight up, and again, I didn't finish it in the 500E. I want to, and I really will work on that, and being off stream and
will be
yeah, being off stream, not having to talk or anything, that's going to make a difference. So, Chunky Flyer, I'm coming for you. Not hot, not coming for you hard, but in 6 or 7 years, we'll see. We'll see. But I'm loving this though. I really am.
You're gonna say, hey, remember Flight Sim 2020?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there a race tracker that was in there?
Yeah,
There are crazy tracks where, and whatever happened to PapaMeesh? Someone actually found him out in the real world often because of track number 10.
Right. HMB4.
Well, yeah, HMB4. Well, Chunky he'll probably take me out for HMB4. I mean, that's it.
Oh, see, I just
we don't
figured
have
out
to look for some random person.
I figured out a little technique for that hairpin turn there. I think I might get some more use out of. I think I just, like you were saying, like baby it, subtle moves and everything. I think, like, I'm getting to know where the turns are a little bit better. And
there you go.
I feel like my now going faster is a little more warranted. Oh, I got a little stutter there. That was untimely, but that's okay. And honestly, like, I think it was a good call. Like when you first told me about it and you were like photogrammetry off, I'm like, oh, why? I missed that pylon by a mile. But I think that's the right move for sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's just.
I think it was thanks to, here we go, Wingman Crunchy. He was flying either Hold My Beer 1 or Hold My Beer 2, and he was streaming it, and I watched his stream, and he couldn't even see half the pylons.
Yeah.
I said, well, something's wrong with your map, dude, and where's all the jagged edges on the mountains? And it was just, everything was rolling hills, and the pylons were sunken into the ground. And we later discovered that because of a network issue, because the sim sometimes shuts your Bing data off.
Yep.
It was because Bing data got turned off, and so it's like, well, I see why you're having trouble getting through the map because,
Yeah.
this has to happen.
Well,
and one other performance thing I should bring up, but after you.
No, go right ahead. Same line of thought. Yeah.
Yeah. So the last performance thing is to have a local rolling cache, and it doesn't have to be huge or anything. But once you go through the track one time, there's no sense in downloading it every time you race the track. You might as well pull it off your local drive, and that can really speed up things, make the whole thing smoother. So especially if you're having difficulty with frame rates and stuff, trying to fly this close to the ground this fast, that's a great performance boost.
Oh yeah. And you can do it while you're in the game. So like if you forget to turn it off or whatever, you can just go to the menu and turn it off. It's under data in the general options, and it takes a few seconds for it to turn on or off. So don't freak out. It probably won't crash. Especially turning it off, it probably won't crash. But yeah, it's been really solid this whole stream, and you guys that have watched my stream for any amount of time know that CTDs are not uncommon. I had a CTD today again for clicking on Kando. I clicked this airplane on the map. How dare I? And it just was like, no.
Oh.
Yep, that's the secret. Like it's like a game of Minesweeper. They think they're cute by putting it into, sneak it in Microsoft Flight Simulator. They think they're cute, but they're not. And so just word to the wise: if you click somebody on the world map trying to spawn on them, it's probably going to end in tears right now. At least it consistently does for me. So.
Wow.
But it's been really smooth, and the performance. Yeah, I think especially in VR, you really performance is such a big issue with this sim right now. It's just not implemented very well, right? And so with the photogrammetry off, I'm getting pretty smooth performance here. And I got under 5. That's not better, but it's better than the last time. It still wouldn't be my best.
But it's the best so far, so you're improving.
No. No, I didn't. My best is 4:43, and I just got 5 minutes. So, no, I'm trying to figure out. There's got to be a balance of when I pour the speed on, and when I gotta, I just got to get better at braking. Really, just like any other race, you got to anticipate the turns and. It's just like when you jump into a new first-person shooter and you don't know the maps. Yeah, you're gonna get slaughtered. But that's not. You don't get to hold on to that excuse for very long. So I'll tell you what. I'm gonna set it down for just a minute for real this time because I need to check on. I gotta water the cat and all that good stuff. But guys, break time, and if you want to take a break too, Meesh. I don't know if you need to run or if not, we'd love to have you stick around. I'm going to take a short break and I'll be back. And guys, in the meantime, there's no reason not to go check it out. You can come watch me. I'm going to do a few more runs tonight. If you want to, you can, of course, spectate, but go grab that Atomic Terror Pig race tracker. Go grab MeeshTrax. It's definitely worth your time. And we're going to have some group flights with this coming up soon. So I'll be right back. Y'all hang tight, and we'll see you in a minute.
Yes, save some time on Monday night to join us, if you can.
Plane. Well, maybe you can do it yet, Ringbolt. Hi YBO, did you have a question? Is anyone having trouble getting this installed?
Okay, I have had my break. So let's see. I think Meesh is in the chat there answering some tech questions if you guys have any. Plane 6YB, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Ringbolt, Chunky Flyer, Big Papa Polly, Winterband Larry. Thank you all for stopping by. Boozy Sheep. How do you guys do, man? Happy Friday to you. So we're checking out MeeshTrax, and I think I'm going to roll the promo video one more time here, Meesh, because it's nice and loud. It gets us woken back up. It's Friday at 9 p.m., man. I think half of us are freaking exhausted at this point, but
Psilocybin.
this
Thank
this
you
is
for
so much
joining
fun,
the
guys.
elite
Let me pull up.
Welcome,
Psilocybin
to Elite Fleet.
Psilocybe with the sub. Thank you so much, my friend. How do you do this evening? Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate the support, and thank you for stopping by, man. We're checking out MeeshTrax, and I'm about to roll the promo video here. That will give you pretty much an overview of what is going on here. So, let's do that right now.
Epidemic Sound provides you with restriction-free music and sound effects that you can use across all of your content without having to worry.
Well, we're we're pretty close to downtown LA, maybe 5 or 6 miles away from downtown LA. Oh my gosh, they would have shot us down with a bazooka by now.
Mic check 1 2.
Ooh, actually, I don't have that trouble. Well, yeah, it's one of the G2 afflictions, right?
Pete Buddy, old pal, you muted.
Yeah, well, I do know that he's actually using some code from, what do I call it, like the SDK or something, where he's but it's real latitude and longitude of where these cones are, down to like, I did count it once. It was like, I don't know, like 17 decimal places. So it's insanity. It's close enough. Yeah. Ah. Okay, well that last double pylon that you go through, I'm turning my helicopter sideways and kind of drifting through it instead of waiting until I get past it to turn. So I'll show you as I'm going to go up on this one. See, I'm already sideways. I'm sideways before I get to it. And that's, yeah, you're slinging. But yeah, so it's kind of, yeah, and then it's learning how to drift, because that is not only I'm missing too, because I'm talking while I'm flying. But it comes in handy on this track, but on later tracks that are even trickier, it's kind of the only thing that'll save your life. Is kind of learning how to drift through a pylon. No, I went behind you. I was, yeah. I'm looking for my own good footage here. No. Well, is there any chance that I showed up as a helicopter this time? Because I restarted some things. Oh, well then let me get in front of you so that I'm on. Look, everyone, I'm in a helicopter. Oh. But I was doing some cool things with the Bonanza, that's for sure. Actually, yeah, you have to just start your turn earlier.
Imagine having a voice.
And the other trick is you bank the helicopter, but you don't pull up on the collective until after you clear that building. Because pulling up on the collective then is what or lowering it does that. But yeah.
Good night.
Yeah, so I'm doing this, and then I push the collective up when I want to actually turn around it, and that has cut. I mean, that one trick will cut an entire minute off of your time. Oh no, I'm. Oh yeah, every corner is bank the helicopter early. Yeah, bank early, and then increase collective when you want it to actually turn. And so you do have to stay ahead of the race and know where you're going and know every corner. And memorizing 48 pylons, is that how many are out here? Is one thing. Most of the tracks are in the 80s, so memorizing 80 pylons get a little tougher. Let's take a look. Yes. And when you only started doing the pre-bank thing the last half of the track, so now do pre-bank on every corner and watch your time drop. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Tell stuff like that from how my blood tastes.
Oh. Did I hear? Did I hear? Oh, a little. Yeah. Okay. Oh no. He's good for. You can start abusing him before you meet him. Don't worry about that. Hey. No, you just got to stay ahead of the aircraft there. Uh-huh. It is bad. Yep, I'm taunting you. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Because you're chasing me. Yep. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Well, and I don't think there's any limit to how many people can be in here. So I am still looking forward to finding a group that would love to come in here with at least a dozen. I want to be in here with a dozen helicopters and flying a race, because just think of the chaos and the real-time trash talking. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
What are you doing, step bro?
Right. Yeah, well, you're busy trying to talk about a different game. The chances of you having your mind on this game are pretty slim.
Well, at least I
But
didn't
you're
get
absolutely
scammed for
correct,
that
though,
noise.
that you part of the trick was this. I knew I couldn't commit to this unless I was willing to either put out a track every week, or maybe put out a track every 2 weeks or something, to keep it fresh, to keep it and in the case of Hold My Beer #4, which Chunky Flyer hates. Yeah, a fixed wing course. Well, to be fair, every one of those fixed wing tracks can be flown with a helicopter. So it's not like it's fixed wing only. It's, it's just that the speeds are going to be higher. So they're kind of designed around maybe a plane that can do 150 to 200 miles an hour instead of this. But very well, as you found out, right? You go to that other helicopter and it changes it so dramatically, it might as well be a different city. But it's not even close to the same. Which is where the the ultimate in trash talk actually comes in, when you say, "Hey, you know that terrible super light plane, the CTSL? I challenge you to HMB2 in the CTSL." And your buddy goes, "I ain't flying that for love nor money." You can't get me to fly that plane. Well, I'll put $5 on it. Same. So you just pick the worst plane you can think of. And the reason why is because it turns the race away from a horsepower only competition and becomes a energy management competition. So it's an entirely different discipline. Yeah, because So you would like to be, so you'd like to be undistracted? Okay, okay. I'm not going to say anything this time. Come on, somebody else come in though. Somebody else needs to come in and start asking you questions. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Because now you're pushing and
I would ask questions, Meesh, but I would
right.
NT
There's
get an
no
answer.
there's no swinging on those.
Here is a
Yep, as
question:
soon
why do
as-
we drive on
and
parkways and park
those
on
two
driveways?
gates are put there just to remind you that, hey, I don't have to wiggle just because the gates wiggle. If I can sight down between, oops, that was too wide. If I can sight down between the
LMFAO
pylons, I can
chunky.
take them straight, and I need to do that if I want a good time. So, oh yeah, you're being sneaky. Actually, I had a little bit of a problem, and I pulled out of the race line, and so now I'm just. Yep, and it really helps if you get way ahead of the flight, like that one too. Yeah, you should be in. Oh, okay. The software gave you that one because I saw your. Well. Yeah. Uh-huh. So like this, I'm pulling sideways. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, oh, yep. I went too wide, and you kept inside, and you took the lead, and now you're staying ahead of the aircraft now, turning early. You're turning early and just. Actually, that one, and the one we just went through, and these doubles you can make as one single left-hand turn. You just have to figure out the radius of it. Yep. Yeah. And this one actually, I've got the yellow line fairly rounded just to kind of, help you to say, hey, yeah, go a little wide here, just, but on the rest of the tracks, it is an absolute straight line from one gate to the next and gives you no help at all. Yeah. Under buildings and yeah, it's so yeah. Yeah, he has seen the deviousness. Oh, okay, turn side. Oh, I turned, and then I had too much collective, so it got me service or oh no, not with the 29 seconds of penalties I have. I'm in here kind of filming you, but I don't have any. Oh, there you go. There you go. Survival. Oh, sweet. Go. Show me. Yeah, that would be great. Oh. No, you're closing in. You're closing in, and you're doing it all in one day. So, yep, that's be very proud of that. That is quite an accomplishment. Yeah. Just hammering it. Yeah. That's essentially the issue
That
I
one
had
scammed me,
with
gosh
some of the other
dang it.
racetracks too, and not to badmouth the other folks who have made racetracks, but the simple go fast turn left racetrack doesn't feel like I've accomplished anything when I complete it, and that was the one thing that I was missing and made me go down this road, because this was actually a fairly long road. I started last summer, and thought I was going to find someone else to collaborate with, but it's really hard to find people that will do 3D modeling, and it's hard to find people who'll do all the facets of this that are highly technical, require hardware, and but the Jumpstart was my new friend Atomic. Why do we race in a business complex? Yes. Yep, got released today, about 3 hours ago. So. Yes, I lost some brain cells, and yeah, they'll never come back. I understand. Yep. Oh, it looks like that's looks like Chunky's colors. Oh yeah, that could have. Yeah, your lead's still there, buddy. That's all right. Chunky, let him beat your score before you hammer on him again. Yep. Yes, and the buildings are nice and square and have sharp edges on them so that you know where the edge of the building is, stuff like that. And then the ability to fly under the bridges. So you got to be able to do. And then it's real easy to turn back on when you want to go back to real flying. So, and you will see us flying through the ground. Yeah. Well, yeah. So, oh, he just rolled it. Nice job. He smacked into the ground. Yeah. And there he comes again. Yeah. So, if you guys that are lurking, would you do us a favor? We want to see just how well this acts when we get lots of people in. So if you could, even if you want to just, dabble in it a little bit and uninstall it later, it would be really cool if you do us a favor and get the Race Tracker software, get at least this track, and join us on Monday night. Because I would want to see how many people we can get on this little tiny claustrophobic track, all racing together.
Pete, unmute.
This is my current affliction, addiction, whatever. So I'm available nearly 20 hours a day for doing tech support to help you get it running, and I'll even fly with you. Just let's get this thing off the ground so we have more. I want more crazy people to race against, and I would imagine. No, I'm sitting here in. When I get into
Continue
VR, I'm
Pete
in
at
my.
all.
It's my happy place, and no one can ruin it. However, there you go. My pleasure.
Would NT be a Pete stream without a technical failure, to be fair?